Yo, what's up guys, I've got yet another replay analysis for you all today. This player, he says, "Hey Jack, this was a close game I played with a mate in high GC1 and 2v2, no comms. He feels like he played it decent, but he still made a lot of mistakes. He's trying to play more aggressive as he was a very reserved player before, which led to being too far away from the play a lot of the time. Hope you can help me iron out my game plan, thank you so much." So yeah, this guy, like he says, a high GC1 game in twos with no comms, so it's going to be interesting to see, how they're going to be communicating, playing around each other. And he says that he's trying to play more aggressively as he used to be quite a reserved player, and it led to a few mistakes leading to goals. So see if we can start this one up, get into it, and hopefully help this guy iron his mistakes out, like he said. Clean speed flip, which is a good sign of quite fluid play with your car, which is nice. This flip here, you're flipping the wrong way into the ball, I think. Let me just think real quick. Yeah. So like, I don't recommend. No, it's fine to go for this style of flip into the ball, but flip the other way. So flip to the left, and that means you're gonna be. Where are you? Yeah, you're over here. That means you're going to be pushing through the ball in the direction you come from. You'd flip, to the left here, into the ball like that. Because you're flipping to the right like that, I think it's slightly worse because this kickoff, if this guy pushes it to the side, is really dangerous because it can pinch out against that wall really fast and go in your net. So careful of that because, they won it quite hard and it could be bad if it was a harsher win there. So because of this kickoff, we get caught with no boost, and we have to rotate the same way as our teammate. I think it's quite obvious that this guy is going to beat us to this boost here. So I wouldn't try to use the 12 boost here. You want to conserve that boost. You need to recognize that he's going to beat you to that boost. So the best path for you to take is to grab this one, grab that one. This one's gone, and then you depending on where your teammates move in, you try and grab these pads around here. If he's obviously moving across this pad, then you don't want to cut him off and bump him, so you move around him and grab these ones behind him. And that would mean you'd be here about now, and then you could push into this ball with about you'd be on 30 to 50 boost, depending on whether your teammate pushes through this pad or where he goes. So you'd be on about, let's say excuse me, let's say worst case scenario, because it's always good to look at the worst case scenario when you're trying to analyze things, because those are the things we're trying to prevent from happening. Worst case scenario, you're on 30 boost. You'd be here having forward momentum going into this ball. You'd have a much easier time getting a challenge on it, rather than being over here with 12 boost and trying to scramble. Obviously they score because of the poor kickoff and slight misplay in decision making of where we go back to net. We always want to try and get back to net and rotate around our teammate when we can't really make a play on the ball. Unless we can bump a guy midfield. Of course, whenever I say stuff, there's always exceptions. And at this rank, we're quite high level players, so we can always, use our own, what's the word? Initiative of what we should do. But there's always exceptions to what I say. But most of the time, you want to be rotating around your teammate when you can't really get a play on the ball. This kickoff here, so again, this kickoff here, because you're blocking the middle and the left side of the ball, this means that this ball will be forced to the right, and that's usually what we do. What you've just done on the kickoff, that's what we do when we want to force this ball back to our teammate who's grabbing this boost, because then they can make a play on the ball in the air or whatever they want to do. So you've actually done a really good back right kickoff here, or a pretty good back right kickoff. Of course, we want it more directed that path, but that's pretty good. If your teammate went for the boost, you'd be able to go for this ball. But that being said, he didn't. I'm analysing the wrong person. Okay. Right. Alright. We're analysing the wrong person. This is your... I just gave your teammate a free 4-minute analysis there, but we can very quickly brush through these because you haven't really made any mistakes. So you do a good cheat here. You do a flip there. Okay. We're going to very quickly go through this because we've messed up. Sorry, I was analysing your teammate. So this flip here is not good because you push too far forward. So you got to ask yourself this question: why are you flipping here? Because you're not trying to get back or get to somewhere really quickly. If anything, you've flipped and you've used too much boost because you didn't need to use that boost. You flipped away from this pad, so you could have grabbed this pad and you could have grabbed this pad, which you did. But you would ideally go for this cheat. That's a good kickoff. You get that pad, which is nice. You'd be on 52 boost here. You'd pick up this pad. You wouldn't boost. That means you'd be on 65. Pick up this pad, 78, 77 rather. Can't do maths. And then maybe decide whether you want to get this boost or not. But you want to make a decision very quickly because this ball is dangerous, right? This ball is a dangerous ball. We have opponents coming in to challenge us. We want to make a play on this ball, whether we try and play for a 50 or play for a clear. If we can drive up this wall and get a touch on the ball outwards, we just want to make sure this ball is not in this position because it's just quite dangerous. So make a decision very quickly and get up to this ball in whatever way you deem like the best at that moment. I'd say go up the wall. But that flip kind of put you into a little bit of an awkward position. You didn't really make a decision quick enough on what you wanted to do with the ball. So anyway, that goal, like I was talking about in the first 4 minutes, I'd say it's more your teammate's fault with bad kickoff. This kickoff, it depends. If your teammate called a back right or if you called a back, I'm not sure. If you went for the boost pad on the back right, it would be fine. But anyway, let's say you didn't, no one called anything and your teammate just did a bad kickoff. Let's see what happens. You go for the back boost, good. Nice. So you cover the backboard first and then you realise he's going low and you cover low, which is good. Decent hit. Nice, good patience. Okay, this is dangerous because you flick it. When we flick a ball, we need to be 100% sure, especially when our teammate's covering the side in the midfield here. Obviously, he does go back, but we don't really know if he's covering the goal here. This is dangerous when this guy's coming in for a challenge. We can't flick it in this position because it's clear we're going to get dunked. We need to be very quick on making a decision of what we want to do and make sure it's the right decision. Because this guy's jumped early, you could actually fake him out and go underneath him. You could jump once and get a low 50 underneath him. You'd probably be able to recover and get to the ball before Alex does. Or maybe even, not even touch the ball and the guy flies over the ball completely and you wouldn't even jump and you'd have a free 1v1 then. But whatever you do, be careful of this. This is a really good place because you see Alex, the orange player, he's flipping back. He's not going to be in the play in the next 3 to 5 seconds. 5 seconds, yeah. Next 5 seconds, he won't be in the play. But your teammate is close to the ball. He's ready to make a play on the ball whenever you let him or whenever he has to. So if you go for a 50 here and make sure it's even like an even 50, like a decent 50, which you can get in this position, that means your teammate now has a free 1v1 because you take out the player on the ball and the other player isn't in a position to make a play on the ball, whereas your teammate is. So that's a good play to go here, to get here. All you want to do is you just want to get the ball past the player and flicking it in that position. You want to do it earlier than that, else you let him come forward a little bit too much. Nice. You don't go for the big boost pad, which I think you can, but I also don't mind that. I like that you play off the pads here. You do. I think if you're going to play off the pads here, make sure you turn a little bit more aggressively into the pitch, because as you're not really doing what playing off the pads is actually used for. What we usually do when we try and play for the small pads and use those small pads, it's to get into a better position or a more aggressive position earlier and having a bit low boost at cost, rather than being in a worse position with more boosts as a reward for that or whatever. Didn't really know how to explain it. But because what we do here is we kind of go back all the way and still play off the small pads, we might as well just pick up the 100 boost. So if you want to play off the small pads and turn into the field aggressively, don't go for this pad here. You want to be turning into this pad, and this pad, and you'd be here now, and you'd be able to push up into this ball. So you'd be here now rather than there, and being there is a much better position, because you'd be able to drive up into this ball. Although your teammate does an amazing play and he gets 2 demos. Hello, can I play over you? Thank you. So your teammate, yeah, so I think you want to be more to the right here rather than the left, because the way the ball is travelling, it's travelling that way. It's travelling to the right side. We want to be angling our car in the same direction. Not like not perpendicular, not in the exact same direction. Else we're sometimes too aggressive. We might overstep ourselves, but in a similar direction, so you can turn into that field, that space. But your teammate, he did a decent 50. He gets 2 demos. The first demo was quite fortunate. The second demo was great. This should be a goal. Ah, no. Unlucky, unlucky. It happens. You had way more time than you thought here. You've got to realise that guy gets demoed. You know, not even a second ago. Let's say half a second. 1, 2, 3. You know, then only just now spawn him. They can't even get back for the next 2 seconds. So take your time with this. Don't have to slam it. You know, just take your time on that. But everyone makes mistakes. I don't think I can be one talking about open nets. Everyone who watches my main channel will know. Okay. Okay, you can't hesitate here. So you do a good job to this point. Good job, good job. You slow down. You want to go for this ball because you got to realise that there might be a player coming in. You always have to. So what I used to when I was like champ, I wanted to dribble everything. So like the ball would go off the backboard. I wouldn't even go for the ball or like try and get a hit here because I just want to dribble it. And I'd be like, if a player came in, I'd be like, oh, what on earth are they doing? But I've sometimes like at one point I just realised like just hit the ball in the game and take out the players. So there's a player coming in to take a shot here. We should assume that. So at least hit it to the side. Don't let them get that shot. Nice. That's good. You cover. You watch mid, waiting for anything that might come mid, and then once you realise that it can't, you cover behind your teammate. That's perfect. Nice fake challenge. Turn here. Well done. I think just be more confident here. Just you can turn into this ball a little bit sooner. Don't have to jump here. Careful of jumping. It's like my last video on this channel I did where I was talking about the player that jumps up for an aerial and he doesn't really jump directly in line with the ball. It's the same thing here on the ground, and it's an issue that I used to have a lot up until like pro level. I used to have this issue. Everyone does, you know, a lot of players do until pro level. So careful of this. You want to be making sure your car's in line with the ball before you jump, in most positions, of course. Obviously, there's some where you don't have to do that, but yeah. Go for the mid boost, good. Rotate behind your teammate, nice. Yeah, perfect. Good attempt here. Here, we just double jump. So I'm not sure if you know how to fast aerial because I haven't seen it. I don't think I've seen you go for an aerial yet in this game, so I can't look. But when we fast aerial, we have to boost, jump, tilt our car back, and then jump again. Whereas, that's the fastest way to get with the ball, get up to the ball. Sorry, and it's just the most efficient way. Whereas here, you double jump into the ball. Now, what this does is it means you don't have that second jump to manage your car's momentum, if that makes sense. So if you see here, you hit the ball, and when we hit the ball, it has an effect on our car. It has like it pushes our car away, basically, you know, just like we push the ball away from our car. You know, they both have effects on each other. So when we hit the ball, our car gets pushed away, which means it's harder to control the car and get the second touch because you've been hit off into a different path, if that makes sense. And you'll see that here, your car kind of gets, you know, pushed about here a bit by the ball too much. So you look here, you're in this line, and then you don't really hold the momentum too well. You want to have that forward momentum going into exactly where the ball's going at the same time, but because you don't have that, you've had to air roll, and you've also had to use a lot of boost to try and correct your car's momentum and get up to that ball. You're trying to fight gravity here, whereas if you to fight gravity, we have to use a lot more boost than we would if we just jumped up into the ball with a fast aerial. So if you jump up into this ball with a fast aerial, you'll be able to use your second jump to you know, correct that car's momentum. So practice that on this play, single jump, and then when you're in line with the ball, use your second jump. That you'll have a much easier time, because all you've done is you've used 70 boost to get, you know, 2 foot away from where we started, and now you've used 100 boost, and we've not done too much. But I like the idea. It's just the execution was wrong, and that did lead to the goal, unfortunately. Nice. Great 50. That's good positioning there. That's well defended. I think you can get closer to this ball before jumping. It's kind of similar to that play I was talking about where you jumped before you were in line with the ball. We also want to be jumping at the right time. Because what you do here is because you jump early, you're not underneath the ball as much as you could be. So you could wait here, and instead of being, you know how you're not really underneath the ball here, you're slightly underneath the ball, so you're still going to get a little bit of height on it, but you know it's pretty much along the same line as it was before it was hit. Whereas if you drive a bit and then jump, you get a much more height on it, probably more power, and you'd be having a much easier time of scoring that or trying to score it. But I like the play. It was a good hit over him just to take one player out. So still a good play. Nice control. Great 50. That's not your ball anymore, which is good. Your teammate might have been able to go up for that. He doesn't though, but good play from you. Good position. Nice hit. Good control of the car as well. Nice. Yeah, you're doing a good job. Nice. You've got pretty good pathing of the small pads right now. Yeah, you've got very good pathing at the moment. Your positions are very good. Nice touch. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Careful of staying here. We've got to realise we're on low boost, so as soon as we brake, we lose all of our momentum, and it's very hard to pick up momentum and gain speed when we're on 0 boost. So as soon as you do that, you've extended how long it'll take you to get back by about like 30 seconds. So careful of that, because you can't really do too much in that position. See what you do here. This is an awkward position to be in. Good patience. Like, great touch. Don't think you meant to do that, but still a great touch. You know, we can't always, plan exactly what I want to do. Nice. This is good. Miss a couple of pads. That's risky. Yeah, we missed a couple of pads there. It's not the biggest issue, but I do want to say that, for everyone watching these videos, what I was doing in when I was Champ 3, this was back in the old rank system where it was Champ 3 and then Grand Champ, and that was the highest rank. To get to Grand Champ, the one thing that got me there in 2v2, I started focusing on the small pads a lot, and just pathing over the small pads, really just focusing on it in the games and making sure I'm picking them up. I just ranked up. It sounds so stupid, but you just find yourself in much better positions and make the game so much easier for yourself. So just little things like these where, really making sure I'm turning for that boost pad and really making sure I'm grabbing that one there and grabbing this one here, and you do that, but not the previous two. This ball is very, very risky to go for. We have to realise that we're getting beat here. Unless, if you want to go up for this ball, then make sure at this point here, because we know, how do I explain this? So, like, every second, the possibilities of where the ball can go changes, obviously, because depending on how fast the ball's going, how fast our opponents are going, how fast they can potentially go, which means how much boost they have and the position they're in. So every second that's constantly changing, we need to be aware of those things. So here, the longer this goes on, the less distance the ball can get. The longer that the player on the ball right now, Drago or whatever his name is, the longer he jumps for this, we have to realise that the less distance the ball can get. So we can start preemptively boosting into the play, getting ready to pick up speed so we're faster going into the ball, so we have an easy time beating our opponent who's about to challenge us, which is Alex in this case. So if we move into this ball a little bit sooner, so here we should realise the ball isn't going fast, the player on the ball isn't going fast, and he doesn't really have time to pick up speed before he hits the ball. Those three things are a key. Like, they're the recipe for the ball will probably go slow and it won't really get that far when he hits it. So we should know this, and we should be boosting here and preemptively moving into the play, getting ready for his hit, so we can go into this ball with a lot of speed. We can get up to it quickly and beat both the players in the air, and that would probably give us an open net if we hit it against the corner or hit it slowly against the corner so we can recover. If it doesn't give us an open net, then it will definitely put our opponents in an awkward position since they'll be on low boost and scrambling to get back. So here you can preemptively boost and move into this play if you want to challenge. If you don't, if you think that, oh, I might beat him, I might not, just don't go for the ball and just fake challenge. But we go for the ball and we should get scored on, yeah. So just a little bit of an overcommit there. Again, your teammates' kickoffs are like, they're good if we're going for the back corner boost, but they're not if we're cheating up. So that needs to be just communicated with your teammate. You know, a simple need boost means that you'll be going for the back boost on the kickoff, and if not, he should assume you're going to be following. Nice pathing over the pads, good position. Decent touch, because you could have, if they weren't there, you could have moved forward. Not a good hit from your teammate. He centres it for them, and really poor awareness from him as well. He just kind of lets them move forward and shoot. And I see what you're trying to do with the jump on the, trying to avoid the bump, but you have to be careful here because we don't know where Alex is going. So obviously this player here, he's moving out. He's just past our vision. He's no longer on our screen. So we don't know. For all we know, he could be on like 20 boost and he could pick up this pad and move into this position. And he would be here now. And he'd be in the perfect position to shoot this ball. Luckily for us, he goes back. He pushes past the midfield and takes this approach. So he's not there. We just have to realise that it's a potential shot that could happen any second now. So we can't really leave this ball hanging too much in the air or in the midfield. So careful of that. You want to get a touch there. Or you want to at least be beside the ball so you can turn ball, come off and realise he's there and quickly flip into the ball and get a 50. You just want to be able to make a touch in the next second. But you're a little bit too far. Here, we need to go for this ball. No, we don't need to go for the ball. We need to be in a position to go for the ball, just like the last play. Whereas because we go for this boost, we let the ball bounce mid, and none of our team is able to make a hit on this ball, so they get a free shot. Luckily, they scuff the shot. They both go for it, so it goes over. But we never really want to be conceding free shots. Nice. Nice. Should be a goal. Yeah, well done. Really, really good play. I like it. You're quite selfless there. You're not going for the goal. You're going for the best hit over them. So it's good. Great kickoff. That should be a goal. Maybe. Unlucky. Nice touch again. You're not looking for the goal. You're beating the players. This is really good. Nice control. Ooh, I like that. Free shot again. Yeah, you're making these goals. You're doing really good plays. I feel like I just saw you rank up twice in the last 40 seconds of gameplay. Good kick off from your teammate. You should go for their boost here, I think. Maybe? I'm not sure. Maybe not. I think just driving up to this ball, because you can get a demo on the player as he hits the ball here. You don't even have to focus on the ball. Just try and get that boost and get a demo on the player. And that means when he hits this, now your teammate has a free ball, rather than getting challenged by the same player that hit it. Good effort. I like the touch. I like the idea. Just again, it's just about jumping up in the exact line of path where the ball's going. We jump up slightly to the left here, and we have to recorrect by turning our car to the right. That means we can't really get too much power on the ball. We get a little bit of a worse touch than we could have had. Nice, you're putting the ball into awkward positions. Almost. See what you do with this. So you kind of boom this away and you give them a free ball here, whereas you could move up, you could move forward into this ball and catch it on its bounce. So here you want to be boosting, going into the ball, catch it on its bounce, and start a dribble, and you take it past the player that's flying through the air now. This is a really good place to be in here if we're trying to score, which we are. We've got 40 seconds to score. We can't really be booming this away here because the player's sitting quite far back and just ready for our boom, and now he gets a free touch. So we kind of give up a good opportunity to start an attack. Nice play from your teammate. Okay. Alright. Good play from your teammate. I think... I don't know. I'm not sure. Like, we have to kind of look where our teammate's going. We need to turn ball cam off, or at least use our camera to see if he's going to go again. Because it's one of your balls. I'm not sure whose. But luckily your teammate beats them, so it's fine. It's not that big of an issue, to be honest. It's just that perhaps if the last man challenged, then you could have been there to get up to the ball faster than your teammate. I'm not sure. Okay, so you go back right, and now he does the back right kickoff. See, there you go. Now you win the kickoff, and the ball's in an awkward position. Free shot. Unlucky. Nice. Okay, you should hit this ball to the right. So you do that. Just not enough power on the hit, which is fine. This is a very difficult ball to actually get power on. I know that sounds stupid. I'm going to get loads of comments. Oh, I can get so much power on this ball. Shut up. It's actually a really difficult ball to get power on. So I know myself because I scuff it up so much. I always have with these balls where you have to turn into them. My tip is to not turn as much. Sometimes we always oversteer into these hits. The idea here is that you need to get this ball over to your teammate, and he should be aware of this. He's on 80 boost. I knew he was going to be on high boost. I wasn't sure how much, but he's on 80 boost. He should be turning here, but he doesn't. Which I think he's playing it safe, which is fine. The reason you should get over to him is because he has so much more boost than everyone else on the pitch. Look, 0, 22. Well, he should just pick that. 100. There you go. He's on 80 boost. He's on a lot more boost than everyone else. And he'd have a free ball, a free 1v1, and that would be really good for us because he might score, you know. So, rather than hitting this ball to yourself, you want to get that over to him. You do a really nice flick, though. Nice. You did well there. You did perfect defense there. Your teammate was I'm not sure. He was going up behind him a little bit too much. But maybe it was good. I think I'd do that too. So I'm not sure. I wasn't really focusing too much on him. I saw that you were doing good defense. Nice fake challenge. Great bump from your teammate. Your teammate's done really well there. Nice. You should go for that boost. Perfect. Your teammate should be pushing up into this ball. If we look here, he needs to realise you're going for that boost, and this is his ball now. But you did a good play. Nice fake challenge for your teammate. Great hit. This is what I wanted you to do just before overtime hit. Smack it to the other side of the pitch where our teammate is. So again, you know, same thing as earlier. We kill all of our momentum going up into this ball just with a double jump there, so we can't really carry on. Good speed. You almost got a second touch as well. Nice. Alright, we have to realise here that this could be a very hard clear. These positions, we've got to turn, or we have to at least be ready to turn back, whereas we're facing forward as he hits the ball. And if this guy, he got a really good clear, but if he got even harder hit on this ball, it could be a goal. So careful of that. We have to use all our boost to get back because we weren't really facing it. Good hit and defense. This hit isn't good because you just give it away. Just single jump into this ball because then you'd land on the ball rather than flipping, which means that you can't recover and get another hit. And if we're going to flip into this ball, make sure we get distance on it rather than just handing it to them because now our team has to defend a 1v1. He held a really good position, so he does. Nice, you do well here. You should path into that boost. Look, unfortunately it's not there. Okay, this is risky because obviously if this guy gets hit on target, it's a goal. We have to realise that in this position, we have a couple of options. So if we know, if we're 100% confident and we 100% know that we're going to be able to hit this ball into a position where we can follow it up and no opponents can dunk us, then go for the hit and go for the solo play. So an example would be if this boost was here, you'd grab the boost, you'd hook into the ball, you'd pop it up into this position, and this guy is a little bit too far, in my opinion, to get a ball here. So you'd be able to pop the ball up and go for an area and go for a double tap, flip set, whatever you want to do. And the second option, is because we're last man here, we want to be giving our teammate as much time as possible to get back and support us and make sure that our net isn't wide open. So what we do here is we might fake hit this. So we just drive up to the ball, do a little turn on the wall, and that guy will be stuck over there still, and the ball will just roll over, and you'd be able to take it here. But because we hit this and we don't really get that good of a hit, then this guy gets a free touch on the ball. Now, if that was on target, like we said, that's going to be a goal. So, of course, be careful of that. Nice play from your teammate. Really good play from your teammate. Yep, you did well there. Get a touch here. Perfect. It's a great hit. It's a really good hit. Oh, go on. Banger. Banger shot. Okay, I see why you send this replay now. Nice shot. Yeah, you did everything. Like, all your team did a really good job here. From this point onwards, obviously that touch was bad from you, but then everything here, perfect. Good path in along the pads. Great play from your teammate out of defense. Great speed from your teammate to land and get up instantly to this ball. It's really difficult to do. I like that you move forward here in case he misses and you get a free shot, and then you turn as he's hitting it. You get a touch here to stop it from going too far. Get a touch into the boost and onto the wall. Amazing first touch here. Like, these are the first touches. If you guys watch my main channel, whenever I'm playing Khaled is a great example. He does this perfectly on ceiling shots in 1v1. He gets a touch into the ceiling where it doesn't hit the ceiling, and like his car perfectly falls in line with the ball. And you've done the exact same thing here. And that's a great aerial to get around the shot and get the most power on it. Really good placement. I don't really have anywhere else to say. It's a great play, but yeah, decent replay. You know, all in all, you played well. The good things was definitely your position was good. Your rotations were great. Your boost, your small boost pathing was good. Things you had to work on. What was it? So it was. What was the main thing? Oh, I feel like an idiot. I feel like I've said something a lot and I feel like I've forgotten it. Actually, I don't think there was a main thing. I think you played this game quite solid. Like, I was picking up points throughout the video, so hopefully you've took something away from, like, sort of, I should write these down because I've forgotten everything now, but hopefully you've learnt stuff from this video. I think the mechanical thing is to make sure you're in line with the ball as you're jumping with it. Oh, I feel like an absolute idiot that I've forgotten everything I've been talking about. Give me a second. You can skip the next 20 seconds because I'm going to be thinking. I should really write it down. I don't think there was a main thing. Usually, like, when I analyse players, they have, like, one key thing that is bad about them. I know you mentioned that you felt like you're playing too aggressive. I don't think it's the case. I think you had really good fake challenges. I think this was a solid replay, to be honest. Let me just look at the goals real quick, see if, like, the goals we conceded, see if it was anything. Excuse me. Yes, that ball there was used too aggressive. That's a play where you're too aggressive, and you'd be able to understand it yourself. Oh, yeah, that's one thing I want you to practice: fast aerialing. Fast aerials in all positions. You might fast aerial up to regular balls, but even in positions where you're popping it up and going for it again, like you do here, practice doing that. Practice on these hits here. When you want to hit the ball and jump at the same time to carry on. Single jump into the ball, and do it really like simple. You know, like, don't try and like go into it at a curve and go like that. Just do it like simple. So you literally perfectly in line, jump once and jump again, and look how much more controlled. Of course, like it's like different for me, but like even if I like double jump into a ball, like you see that. That's what I mean. The ball has an effect on your car, and it sends it off into like a path. Like, see that? It dipped down for a second. If we do it again, double jump into the ball. Okay, I didn't do it that time. I misplayed. Can't even double jump now because I'm not used to doing it. See how much more effort and more boost you have to do to get up to the ball compared to something like jump once, jump again. It's so much faster. You could do it quite quick like that. But just that split second of split second between your first and second jump. And you'll find moments where it's okay to double jump perfectly, right? But like even you'd learn to air roll and then jump to use your to get your car going into the direction of the ball. Those things are something you can practice with. But yeah, like I said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you learned a lot from it. Let me know in the comments if you learned something and what you learned and what you're going to be implementing into your game. Of course, I love to hear the things that you guys are going to be working on, so let me know. And I'll see you all tomorrow for another replay analysis. Take care, guys.